Hey, this is your boy Vincent Ellis White coming live from Richmond, Virginia, and I want to just share with everybody really quick how I beat the odds. I overcame adversity and I was able to excel in life. Growing up, I grew up dealing with fatherlessness in a single, parent home. The man that I called father was a habitual offender. He was in and out of jail, so I had to grow up with just a mom in the home and dealing with a dad that was coming home, going to jail, coming home, going to jail. And that affected my childhood. Not having a man in the home, I started getting into trouble. I started stealing. I started getting into fights, all kind of things. And I was just trying to learn my identity and just, trying to figure out how to be a man. I didn't have the right prototype for that. At the age of 16, my mother sat me down and told me that the man that I've known for 16 years as daddy is not my biological father. And all she gave me was a name. The guy's name was Chris Anderson. She didn't give me any more details. She didn't have any details. So I went on a search, a secret search, and I started searching for my dad, all to no avail. In the meantime, it made me more angry because I now had all these additional questions in my head, additional confusion in my head. I was dealing with more abandonment issues. Why wasn't he there? I found out, later on that my biological father was never told about me, but I found it out much later. Meanwhile, I'm still going through high school. I'm going through college. I even changed my name because I bear the name of the previous person that I knew as dad. And so I was just very confused growing up from adolescence into adulthood. So dealing with adversity, just all kind of different things, being a young black male. But how I beat the odds is that by the age of 27, God made it able for me to find my biological father. And even in the meantime, I went and got my undergrad degree in mass comm. I went and got my master's degree in education. I got an executive graduate certificate in business management. I was mentoring. I was working with young adults, doing different things. Once I found my dad, my life started to get more complete. A lot of questions got answered. I was able to forgive a lot of people that was involved in that whole thing. And once I forgave, God allowed me to find my purpose, which is where I became a writer. I wrote 2 books. One was called The Fully Seasoned Man's Relationship Recipe. That one did very well and was a bestseller. And as well as my next book was a memoir about me finding my dad. It's called Finding Chris, My Father. That one was also a bestseller, and that one just catapulted my life in a whole new direction. Took me on a new wave. I started doing motivational speaking around the country. I turned my book into a traveling stage play. Sold out different arenas. Did that around the area of Virginia as well. I was able to go on ABC in New York, which has a following of 3 million viewers. I've spoken everywhere in Richmond. I speak at universities, VCU, Norfolk State, Virginia State. I've put my play on at Virginia State. I've partnered with all the high schools. I've spoken at all my alma maters. Life has been good. I've also started to now dabble into film. I'm in a film called Hostile that comes out this summer, which is an indie film. I've also a production assistant on a TV show that is on Fox Richmond entitled The Heart. So now I do work in production. I work in film. I have a stage play that's going to continue to travel. I have a new book that I'm working on that's coming out, which is called Finding Purpose in the Valleys. It's going to be the sequel to Finding Chris, My Father. I'm doing more keynote speaking. I've met new family members, me and my father, that I found late in the game. We're very close. He supports me in everything that I do. I have a 10-year-old son that I am a very, very active and wonderful father to, that now he's discovering gifts, and I'm making sure he beat the odds early because he has both parents in his life. I'm learning that he likes to do poetry. He's outgoing. He likes to speak out. He has a wonderful gift. So now I'm showing him how to develop his gifts like God showed me how to develop mine once I overcame my adversity. This is your boy, straight out of Richmond, Virginia, RVA, Vincent Ellis White, letting you know how I overcame adversity, how I beat the odds, and y'all keep a lookout for me. Follow me on social media, Vincent Ellis White, because I am going to be going to the tippy top, baby. One love. Oh yes, and Jesus saves. Peace.